Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Alan Rose. After a little break in the action, things have picked back up. Some showers, thunderstorms, and heavy downpours. Reports of damage and downed trees in Santa Barbara. And that's where I want to take you first, where our chief reporter, I should say, senior reporter, John Palmentary, joins us live in downtown Santa Barbara. John, how's it looking out there?
Not to be fooled by that sunshine earlier in the morning hours after the overnight rain. Alan, you're right. We've had some violent winds and heavy downpours behind me here in the 1900 block of State at Pedregosa. This is called the Pay Junction building. It used to be an old mortuary. Its tree came down on top of a car here, so it's going to cause some damage here. Santa Barbara City Fire has come to the scene here, and this is not the first of these types of accidents that we have had. We have a tree into a home right now over on Quinientos and Nopal Street that's punctured a hole in that house there. We also have a power outage over on Nopal and Alisos. Southbound 101, we've got an accident on the freeway backing up traffic at Garden Street as well. And these are just some of the situations that we have in the greater Santa Barbara area. But as you can see, whoever drove that car to work this morning is taking a look at it. And this is in the back lot of the Pay Junction building there. It's a small tree, but obviously it's doing some damage there. We have had some bigger limbs snap as well, including one over on Valerio and Chino Street that blocked the entire street this morning. A real big tree that came apart there. And then earlier this morning on Bath and Carrillo Street over by Rusty's Pizza, a tree came down on a vehicle there and punctured a hole in the side window. All in all, just in the last hour, we had a resurgence of this storm with some very heavy rains in downtown, people jumping over puddles to get across the street, many people unprepared without umbrellas, using newspapers over their head or shopping bags or what have you. But as you can see here, we've got this tree down. This storm is far from over, and over here to our right here, we've got the Santa Barbara City Fire Department, which is handling multiple calls for service right now throughout the city. Sounds like almost every engine available is out on a call right now, and they're moving and checking things. And matter of fact, let's just see if we can get a quick soundbite. I was just saying that maybe all the engines in town are out.
We've been responding to many calls for assistance, traffic accidents, trees down, wires down, just weather-related emergencies.
On something like this, you check and secure it and go, or?
Well, we got to prioritize our calls that we respond to. This is what we would call a priority 2 call. It's something, if we have an engine available, we'll respond them, but if there is a true emergency, we'll have them respond. All
right, it's Battalion Chief Mercado with us now, and boy, he's on the move. What a shift you have today. It's going to be going quite a bit, because this storm is, Alan, I'll send it back to you. As we all know, it kind of comes in its waves. When we think it's done, maybe it's not entirely done. That's the very latest from State and Pedregosa. City Fire on scene, and lots of action in Santa Barbara from this storm already. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
That's right, John. Comes in waves, and that's exactly what we've seen. A little bit of break this morning, but as you mentioned, down trees, down limbs. We've had reports of boulders on Highway 154. And here's a live shot in Santa Barbara earlier, about a half an hour ago when that heavy rain was falling. The S-curve at a virtual standstill. Right now, traffic appears to be moving pretty smoothly. We've seen some tweets in from some of our viewers, and they indicated that traffic was pretty bad at times when that heavy rain was falling. So again, be extra cautious out there, slow down, allow that safe distance between you and the car ahead of you. Now in Santa Maria, a little bit of a break, it appears right now, but don't be fooled, as John Palmentary mentioned, there's still plenty of rain out there. And speaking of rain, let's switch back to the map so we can track it for you. Here's that first wave which brought the rain and thunder overnight. There's that little break in the action now appearing to bring some sunshine into LA, but behind it, this is this vigorous second wave of energy and still some pretty significant storm cells just offshore, all because of this upper level low that's still going to move towards the area over the next 24 hours. So rain at times through tonight, tomorrow as well, then drying out by Saturday. In Santa Barbara County, some drier air working in around Lompoc, Vandenberg, and Point Conception, but still some heavy bands of rain just to the west of Santa Barbara. And as these roll on shore, you'll get some heavy downpours, some cloud-to-ground lightning, and possibly some small hail. Looking closer at the south coast, get ready in Goleta on the 101. Traffic likely impacted. The foothills seeing some very heavy rain. These reds indicating rainfall amounts in excess of 1/2 inch to an inch per hour. And that's what we worry about in terms of watching those recent burn areas, especially the backcountry of Santa Barbara County. Heaviest rain sort of taking a break along the coast for now, but still some heavy rain out there in the interior valleys and mountains of San Luis Obispo County. Let's see how this all plays out. Futurecast shows us still that rain as we head into the overnight hours. Again, another wave of moisture rolling through. And tomorrow afternoon, not completely out of the woods. Some drying, though, begins to develop from north to south. And then as we head towards Sunday, looks like we'll end the weekend on a dry note. I want to show you the latest storm totals, and these numbers continue to change minute by minute. But this is just over the past 24 hours. Santa Ynez nearing 3 inches. Santa Barbara up near 2. Look at the Ojai Valley, 1.84 inches. Lompoc getting slammed with some heavy downpours. They are over 2.5 inches of rain. And we're going to keep you updated throughout the day. Of course, we'll have that full forecast coming up at 5. If you need any information any time of day, you know where to find it. It's KEYT.com. We also encourage you to download our apps. Check that out on your iPad and iPhone. We'll see